we can then decide to create different segments based on different things. We can say that I want to create segments based on the lead source, or create segments based on the lead status. So for instance, we can say if the lead status is in progress, we want to create a segment for that. And we can also say if the lead source is maybe LinkedIn or websites or wherever they are coming from, we can also create a segment for that. Okay, so now the next thing we want to do now is we want to create a segment for this. So now we are going to be creating the segments for lead status. So let's say we want to create a new segment, and now we can decide I want to create a segment from scratch, or we can decide to pick a template from their segment library. So yeah, they have different templates you can pick from. You can pick if the contacts are not active lately, if they are not open yet, or if you want to pick based on location, if you want to pick on based on frequent link clickers. Whatever it is you want to pick, you can use this. But since we are doing this tutorial to learn, we are going to be creating from scratch so we can see how to create a segment. So let's say we want to create a segment and want to check in for every contact that is coming from our website. So we can then click on, we can then name these websites, website leads. So that means we are checking in for everyone coming from websites. So now when we click on create, that is going to create our segment. Then we can be able to pick a filter for this segment. So let's choose a filter, and let's say we want to check in using our lead source. That means we are going to be picking fields, and when you pick fields, we can pick a particular field. I want to check in for lead source, and we want to say the lead source is equal to, we can say the lead source is equal to websites. And when we save our changes, we can save our changes, or we can refresh this, or we can undo the changes. And we can also decide to add another criteria, and we can say if the field, the field lead source is equal to website. So that means anyone coming from websites. And we want to check another filter, and we can say if the lead source is website and the email contains Gmail. So let's check in and the email contains Gmail. You can also add in another and. The and criteria means that both of these conditions must be fulfilled before this contact can be added into this segment. So the and criteria just to make sure that both conditions, or all of the conditions you'll be using, must be fulfilled before these leads can be added to this segment. So if you're using the or criteria, you can say that it has to pick these conditions, or you can then click another condition, and we can say if the field is lead source, or the lead status is let's say the lead status is in progress, or we can say the lead status is contacted. So we can say the lead source is website, or we can also say the lead status. So we pick a lead status equals, let's say, new. So that means that this criteria must be fulfilled, or this one must be fulfilled. So that means this two must be fulfilled, or this only one must be fulfilled. So that is the meaning of the or criteria. The or criteria is going to pick from each of this. So if any of this is fulfilled, it is going to add to this list. So now let's say we want to save these changes, and let's see if we are going to be having any contacts in this segment. And as you can see, we currently have 6 contacts that is fulfilling this criteria. So we can also decide to set the column here, so we can see the lead source and the lead status, just to know what is going on. Let's pick the address also. So that has been set, and as you can see, we have new. Since we are picking new, if it is lead source is website, or lead status is new, so that means this lead status is new, all of this is new. And also we have the one for lead source. So it's only checking for the lead source. So you can decide to cancel this actually. So let's cancel this. It's only checking for the lead source, and let's say we want to leave it this way. Let's say we want to check in for contacts that are coming from websites, and the email is containing Gmail. So we click on save changes, and it is saying 0. So let's say the field lead source equals website, and you can also say and the lead status is new. So we can say that everyone that is coming from the website and their lead status is new should be added to this website. So let's say the lead status is equal to new. And when we click on save changes, as we can see, we only have one person on this list. And we can also say that we want to remove this just to see the number of people there. And we currently have 2 people who are coming from websites. And we can also say that we want to click on and add other criteria. You can do this however you want. So since we have lead status on our list in progress, so we can even say that we want to check in for contacts that have instead of using lead status, we can say instead of using lead source, we can use lead status, and we can say lead status equals to open. So let's use open for instance. So when you click on save changes, that is going to save it, and you can see everyone that is currently on open. So this is everyone that have their lead status as opened, and you can see where they are coming from, you can see their email and all of this. So that is for segments. So now after you've done this segment and you've saved that, you can go back to your segment, and when you go back to your segment, you are going to see all of the segments that you have created. So we have the one for website leads, and as you can see, it is for everyone that have their lead status as opened. You can also say that the lead status is open and the lead source is website. Just twist whichever way you want when you add in your custom fields. So for groups, we can say that we want to create a group and we want to add multiple contacts into that group. So we can say that for this group, we can create newsletter list. For instance, we can say this group is going to be called newsletter. So let's name this newsletter list. And when we click on create, that is going to create our group, and you can then decide to add multiple subscribers into this group. So when you go back to your all subscribers, you can pick on the different leads that we have in here. So let's pick this, and with action we can say that we want to add these people to the group. So we just created our newsletter list, and we can decide to move this to newsletter list. That's the only option we have, and you can click on save, and that is going to move this contact into that group. You can also pick these options there, and you can say that you want to remove them from the group, or you can say you want to move them to unsubscribe. So that means if you move them to unsubscribe, you will not be able to send emails to them. You can also decide to export CSV file if you want to export data from your MailerLite to a CSV file, or you want to export CSV for Excel. So after doing that, that is for group, and that is settled. So if you're watching this and you're thinking this is actually very helpful, but you are thinking that you need a lot more help than this, yeah, you are in the right spot. You can book a free discovery call with the link in the description below, and we are going to help you with whatever you need with your MailerLite account. So whether it is you auditing your MailerLite account, or you developing an email strategy for your business, or email optimization for your business, whatever it is you need, or whatever help you need in your MailerLite account, we are going to help you with that. So all you need to do is just to click on the link in the description below, and you can book your free discovery call. And also, do not forget to like this video and also share with everyone who you think might need this video, and also turn on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever we post an amazing content like this. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.